Yeah, I think we and Bidvest Vets, we forever facing a challenge of playing at home. We don't win easily at home, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. At home, we're supposed to be winning. Unfortunately, but in the Champions League is a different story. We win a lot at home, so we can't say we've been cursed or what. So I guess it's the way the AMSA Premiership is. Yeah, it's never easier for us at home. Normally, you really play against really reinforced defense, and I think you know the norm. The visiting coaches always say that anyway a draw is good away at Sundowns. So you have to accept that. No, there's no walkover. If there were walkovers, we would still be in the MTN Cup final, you know. So there's no walkover in football. Yeah. Um, all I know that whenever we play against Eric Tinkler, it's 5 defenders. That's all I know, you know. So, but it's not for us only, by the way. So it's he plays like that, you know. So, but I read an article where he says that they've been working on finishing and finishing. So when you're working on finishing, you have to move closer to the goals of the opponents. So it means it might be open game. Yeah, but we're not infatuated or fixated with being on top of the log. Last year we were on top of the log once for one match. In fact, it lasted a day. The next day, Sunday, Pirates was again on top of the log. So we were on top of the log last year once, but we won the league. So do I want to be on top of the log now or want to win the league? I'd rather be on top of the log with the 30th match day. That is the last match. So that's what's important now. No. Yeah, it's not about rotation. It's about okay. Probably it is rotation. I can't define what's rotation, but I guess you mean playing other players and not playing other players. Yeah, but it's not about, we're not following that principle or policy. We're just following the program. What does the program say? If we feel that there's been too many games and players, and we speak to the players and we check how they train. If they're a little bit lethargic and we feel that we need to give a breathing space like we did with Lebogang, you know, we gave him a rest in Seychelles. We gave him a rest again against Supersport United. He came, I think, the last 25 minutes. So, yeah, sometimes when you do that, you lose important players on the pitch. But you got to think about the bigger program. Sundowns has got a bigger program. Sundowns has got 2 leagues. One is called ABSA Premier League. One is called CAF Champions League. It's a league. It's not a cup. Otherwise, you'd have been playing 4 games like MTN, then you win it. So it's a league. So we have 14 games that side. We have 30 games this side. So those on their own, they've got 44 games. Whereas Maritzburg has got 30 games. You know what I'm trying to say? So we've got 44 games, more than any other club. More than Pirates, more than Bidvest West, more than Supersport United, more than Polokwane City, more than Chiefs, who are now on top of the log. So we cannot be emotional about saying who's on top. And no, it's a comrades marathon. When you run a comrades marathon, doesn't mean when you start early, you're number 1 earlier, you're going to win. So it's a long way, and it's a lot of emotions, different weathers, different seasons. Now we come from winter, we're on spring. It's gonna go to, the wind is gonna come, there's rain is gonna come in December. So you have to play football in those seasons, and that's why you're the champions when you win. Okay, you cannot be the champion in summer. 4 games in summer, then okay, you're the champion because you won a cup, and I'm not bitter. I'm just highlighting it. the teams that use more players is us and Orlando Pirates. Look at Orlando Pirates lineups. They really use the players, and who is struggling? Us and Orlando Pirates. Why? Because we're using a lot of players. Teams that don't use a lot of players have momentum. They found the team, but the challenge is it's a longer season. As the time goes on, there's injuries, there's loss of forms, whatever. So who are you gonna go back to? So we and Pirates, we do that because we've got numbers. And why we have numbers? Because we expect to play a lot of games. So teams that don't have a lot of games, they don't have to use a lot of players. Like the Chiefs, they don't play top 8, they don't play any Champions League. They are fresh. I mean, I think you can know how long they've been waiting to play the league game that's playing in the weekend, and they can't come back. They can't come to the match. They are not fresh. They're going to be fresh. And then what about us? The last 2 days back we were together, me and you, and we're meeting again tomorrow. Remember? So, and where we come from from Seychelles. So it's another story. And we're going to Congo and whilst they're resting here. So that's why they have an opportunity. In my opinion, my favorites to win the league at this point in time was Kaizer Chiefs. Last year, my favorites to win the league was Wits, because they had nothing. You know, we and Pirates were busy with the Champions League, going up and down. But yeah, finally we won it. But I think our periodization is much better. I hope he's not going to get fired. You know, my opinion about our local coaches, I'm the first one to speak about local coaches. Look at my WhatsApp page. Yeah, I have Clinton Larson and Kevin Johnson. They're my brothers. So I want them in the job. I don't want them to lose jobs to foreign coaches. I am not saying foreign coaches are not supposed to come to South Africa, because I'm the first one to speak about xenophobia, remember? And I've made sure that I pay for it and organized it. But I also have to support my local coaches, because you got to look after what we have at home, so that our local football must grow. We need to help Bafana Bafana. So for us to help Bafana Bafana, we need the coaches who understand the play of South Africa, because at the end of the day, who suffers? Us, as South Africa as a nation, with Bafana Bafana. When you don't do well in Cup of Nations, when you don't do well with the World Cup, we are the ones who are struggling. But you'll find all these national teams outside in Europe qualifying, they don't have issues. So we need to teach more. We need to give more chance to the local coaches, and why not? It's very good. So I don't want to talk about Chippa United. I mean, what's new there? So yeah, it's unbelievable there.